In this clip I'm going to talk about adding another spoken language to the open source point of sale program. On the desktop here I've got a folder, and in there is the original downloaded file, and it's been expanded here into open source POS. If we have a look in here in application, language, we can see there's English, Indonesian and Spanish. And if we have a quick look in the English one, there are a number of files there. So we'll look in the common language PHP file, and there are words there that are commonly seen by the operator, the person using the program to process sales and so forth. They're all in English, of course, and the original version of this was written in American English. If we go to the Spanish one and look at the same file, on the left here the reference is still in English, but the Spanish words are here. And if we look at the Indonesian one, similar thing, the common words are used here, the program part, and the actual words that the user will see are up there. If we wanted to add a language, we can add it and use it without going into any depth of programming, and I'll show you what we can do here. On the desktop, let's close that down, there's another folder with the same files in. This one is called Checker, which is the database and program name we gave. If we go to application, language, what I did here was took the Indonesian one, which is there, and I copied it, and I gave the new one the name Indonesia. And if we look in there, as an experiment, instead of putting in something in a new language, in another spoken language, I just put new lang dash and then the word that was there originally, so we can see what the effect is. Now there are a lot of files in here, and to change that wording takes a while. It may take several hours to do it properly. If I looked at one in here, for example in sales, now let's look at customers. Customer in English is well known. If someone was going to change this into, say, Portuguese for use in Brazil, then they might put Nueve Cliente or whatever new customer is in Portuguese. And European Portuguese may be rather different to Brazilian Portuguese, so whoever does this needs to understand what they're dealing with. But in all of these files, in all of these lines, I put new lang and a dash and then the old word. So let's have a look and see what the effect is when we use that in the program. If I open this in a browser, give it a moment to load, and if I go to Checker, log in, we can see already that where I've put new lang in front of everything, it says new lang username instead of new lang, and new lang password instead of just username and password. So we want admin and then point of sale, which is the default, and that gives us our opening screen, our home page. And we can see here it's got new lang in front of everything. Obviously they won't be that long, because there will just be one word in most of them to describe what these links are for. If I go into config, as we scroll down, we see that there is the option for the language here. So that one says new lang language because I put new lang in front of everything. If I go back to English and save that, and then go back to, say, that one, employees, then that's more logical. And if I go to sales, then we're back to sales. If I went back to the config screen and put in Indonesia again, and then go back to, say, sales, and it comes out with New Lang in front of it. So what the user of this program will see, the till operator, the sales assistant, whatever you choose to call them, will see whatever you put in those files. It will still process sales the same, so let's put in something. Let's do item 1, and let's see if we can find a customer. Okay, let's now process the sale. It's a little bit confused because of those extra letters in there, but I can still do this. If I then complete the sale, okay, do you want to? I'll just move that out of the way. What we've got now is our checker program, and it says New Lang sales receipt, New Lang customer, blah blah blah. It's got New Lang in front of everything, which is just proving the point that whatever you change the wording to in a different language, it will show. So if the employee was a different word, then it would just be employer in French perhaps, or whatever employee is in French, and whatever it happens to be in Portuguese, etc. So there are simple ways to do this, and that hasn't involved any program. It's just changing letters or words in those files to something that the user will understand, and it will also be something that the customer understands when it's on the receipt. If I go into print preview, we can see what this will look like on an A4 sheet, and instead of saying New Lang item, it will just say item, whatever that is in whatever language, and so on. The item number, the item, the price, and it will come out correctly. There's probably not much more I can say about that. It's fairly easy to do. It's simply that it takes a long time to plod through all of these files. If we do Spanish, for example, if we go through each of these, there may be some very long lists in some of them, and we have to go through all of these and change the wording. If you're prepared to do that for yourself or to help somebody else, I'm sure that will be appreciated by whoever eventually uses it. I hope that was useful to somebody. I'll do some more clips later. Meanwhile, thanks for listening. Bye for now.